Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Last Son, and this is Journey Through the Seaverse. And today we're going to talk about Supreme Wrestling Federation, or the SWF. So it's run by the infamous Eisen family. It's the most famous wrestling company in the world, and the pioneers of the sports entertainment model that's brought them enormous wealth and success. They were the dominant force in American wrestling pretty much up until 2015, and that's when they were outmuscled by the USPW. Since then, the company has been rocked by one crisis after another, not least the forced retirement of Richard Eisen. He's been replaced by their sons, his sons Jerry and Eric, but the general perception is they lack the vision and ruthlessness that their father had, and they've struggled to reverse the company's declining fortunes or mount a serious challenge to USPW. So you are a big company, you have 22 million in the bank, you're a sports entertainment company. Take a look at your size here. You're 78 all across the board in the US, 69 in Canada, 55 in Mexico, 15 in the British Isles, 11 across Japan, 7 across Europe, 7s across Oceania, and 3s across India. So right now you are considered big. You're one above what it's considered to be big. To get to huge, you have to get 71s throughout either Canada or Mexico. So you're really close in Canada. Mexico's a little bit farther away. So if you concentrate on Canada, you could achieve huge pretty quickly in the game as long as you keep those scores of those shows up and, provide some pretty good content for your fans. If you look at your coverage, you have big coverage in America and Canada, medium in Mexico, and then none across the rest of the world. That's because you are on Premier Pay Can TV, Premier Pay TV for your pay-per-view events, and then for TV shows you're on CANN. It's a broadcaster based out of North America, based out of California, and that's why you have your big and medium coverage across locations, but it does not have a worldwide focus. So let's go ahead and take a look at your product here. It's classic sports entertainment. It's the traditional Western style, having larger than life characters battle it out with soap opera storylines and angles. Connection with the crowd is far more important than in-ring skill, although great matches are still appreciated. The style appeals to a large and varied demographic. You're only going to have a men's division in this federation. Your heel and face divide is strictly enforced. You do have stables, you do have managers. Spinal impact moves are not allowed, matches should be scripted, and angles should be scripted. So fans are going to expect 80% matches, 20% angles on your events. They're going to expect your TV shows to be 65% matches, 35% angles. And your matches are going to be rated on match quality versus popularity ratio between 40 and 60 and 60 and 40, depending on what gets the best rating. So fill your roster with a lot of popular people. It's probably going to become that 40-60. So it's going to need to have some skills inside the match quality skills, those match wrestling skills, but popularity is still king. Popularity is kind of king in most of these products. Matches less than 15 minutes will not be able to achieve world-class scores. You'll have some penalties here. They expect lots of ongoing storylines, and you need one match aim every show to be a storytelling one. You look at your booking team. You do have quite a bit of options here for your booking team, and make sure that you're getting quite a bit of creative energy every show. Your inner circle, some of it's already filled in, like your locker room leader is Rocky Golden, your chief enforcer is Mikey Lau, road agent, senior road agents Enforcer Roberts, senior referees Rick Young. So you have plenty of space and choices here to make this your own inner circle, but they did give you a few choices here already. Take a look here at roster, and we'll sort by wrestler, and first things we'll do is look at your stars, and you have a ton of them. You have a ton of people here that have really good star quality. People like Angry Gilmore and Adam Smasher, Bear Bukowski, Brandon James, Des Davids, Dominic D'Souza, Akuma, Forrest Ratzaloff, Gary the Entertainer, Hellion, High Flying Hawaiian, Hollywood Brett Starr, Huey Cannonball, James Prudence, Jefferson Stardust, Joey Morgan, John Greed, Jungle Lord, Justin Sensitive, Kip Keenan, Lenny Brown, Mainstream Hernandez, Akutsi, Marshall Dillon, Masked Patriot, Mikey Lau, Paul Huntington, Primus Allen, Randy Unleashed, Ranger, Remo, Rocky Golden, Rogue, Sky, Spencer Spade, Stephen Parker, Valiant, and ZWB. So this is pretty good mix of star quality. Go ahead and get rid of that back down to 0, and let's just take a look at your stars here. You have a pretty good amount of stars here with Dust Davids and Hollywood Red Star, Primus Allen, Randy Unleashed, Remo, Rocky Golden, Sky, Spencer Spade, and Valiant. So the top part of your card has got really good skills here, really good ability here in the ring. If you look, most of them are going to be pretty popular here as well. It looks like most of them are in, at least Spencer Spade is the only one right now that's not in the 70s. So you have a lot of pretty good popular and talented stars in your federation here that you can build your upper mid card and your main event around. So that's a good thing to have. There's plenty of ability here to take on the USPW, and if you just go look at your well-known and above, you get even more people. So there's plenty of options here. You're not hurting for any type of star quality or ability or people to use. So this is a pretty decent thing to have. You take a look at your events. You have Supreme TV that happens every Tuesday. You kind of have a special event this year because it's the 50th birthday anniversary of SWF. So instead of when Hell freezes over, you have the 50th birthday spectacular, and then you work your way through the time here, and then you get back to January of next year, and it'll be back to when Hell freezes over. But your Supreme Challenge here is your season finale. So that gives you another 7 months to build your storylines, and you have pretty good storylines. You have to have 5 that are rated hot or above. You're currently starting out achieving this, and you have to advance 2 storylines per show. So you have a Valiant Effort, Sky the Ambush Valiant, and Chokeslam him off the entrance ramp. You have Domination, so that's Bear Bukowski, Adam Smasher, Masked Patriot, Maddie Faith. So this is a tag team storyline. You have your World Championship, which is Dust Davis and Rocky Golden. You have Mikey Lau and Randy Unleashed. So this is just kind of like 2 of the best in-ring workers in the company is going to collide, and should have quite a few match of the year candidates. Then you have the Rat Pack Ruckus, which is going to be between Hollywood Brett Starr and his former Rat Pack stablemates. So since Spencer Stade kind of took over the faction, kicked Starr out, and now they're trying to get revenge. But it does mention that the numbers are against him, so maybe you'll want to create a whole new stable around Hollywood Brett Starr and have him take on the Rat Pack. So the Rat Pack originally here says it was originally Hollywood Brett Starr's group, designed to make him look like a big deal as he tried to get to the main event. In 2021 he was kicked out. Spencer Spade took over, and then now you have Monty Triscardi, Paul Huntington, and Justin Sensitive as members and lackeys here of Spencer Spade. Supreme Dream Team was founded in the summer of 2021 as an attempt to boost Stephen Parker's career. Supreme Dream Team was just first him and Swagger Incorporated, but they since have added Justice Jolson for some heavy hitting muscle. So you have Stephen Parker, Dominic D'Souza, Mainstream Hernandez, Justice Jolson, and Kristen Pierce. And you also have Unleashed Awesomeness. It's an entertaining mid-card heel faction. Unleashed Awesomeness were formed as an alliance between former enemies Randy Unleashed and the Awesomeness. They're a wonderfully smug mid-card heel faction that also bring the goods in the ring. Pretty good amount of storylines and teams. You have a pretty good mix of teams. You have some that have had pretty good experience, some that are starting out. You have the Awesomeness at 100 experience. Most of them are in the 50s. You do have some that are a little bit lower than that. But the tag team division is pretty decent. If we look at your titles here, you have 3. You have the North American title, which is currently held by 2-time champion Spencer Spade. The reign's been going on for 79 days, 2 successful defenses so far. It's a secondary title. The North American Championship is often thought as a proving ground. The North American Championship is often thought of as a proving ground for potential world champions, and a significant number of holders have gone on to win the main strap. You also have the World Heavyweight title here, 91 prestige. Current 2-time champion Rocky Golden. It's the most respected title in American wrestling. The SWF World Heavyweight title has a long and glorious history with astonishingly few dud reigns. So whatever's else has been going on in the company, this SWF always booked their main title strongly. You have the World Tag Team titles, 64 prestige, current two-time champions of Barry Bukowski and Adam Smasher. It's a championship with a long history. The SWF World Tag Team titles have been held by really good teams, some bad teams, and some downright dirty duos over the years. It's a secondary level championship. This reign for the Barry Bukowski and Adam Smasher has been going on 79 days. 2 successful title defenses so far. Take a look here at your creative. Franchise players are kind of who you're thinking it's going to be. It's going to be Rocky Golden and Remo, Des Davids, and Sky. Next big things, you have Gary the Entertainer, Charger Siaki, and Chill. Hot prospects, you have High Flying Hawaiian, Boris Ratzaloff, Gary the Entertainer, Charger Siaki, and Hellion. So you have some pretty good prospects and some next big things that the game thinks that these are going to be valuable younger members of your roster that has a chance to move up the card. They may not become main eventers, but they have a chance to become valuable members. People that you want to have working on the microphone is people like Rocky Golden, Spencer Spade, Hollywood Red Star, Angry Gilmore, and Valiant. Your showstoppers, those who can truly steal the show with their performances, is like ZWB, Spencer Spade again, Randy Unleashed, Mikey Lau, and Mainstream Hernandez. Your ring generals, people who can, carry matches, are people like Angry Gilmore, Mikey Lau, Joey Morgan, Mainstream Hernandez, and ZWB. You have quite a few people here that have who's hot, and you have 2 that's not, Rogue and Angry Gilmore. Your figurehead right now is Rocky Golden. He's been the figurehead for 721 days, fully established in that role. So you're going to get some pretty good positive effects. 6% attendances and 20% more merchandise than overall sold. Your backstage environment is really good. You do have some negative influences, some notable relationships that are red, but overall it is good. Something that you have to just keep monitoring depending on who you bring in. So you do have a child company, it's RIPW, and the current CEO is Gene Catley. You do have a pretty good potential roster of people down here. We filter for star quality. Let's see how many of those people. You do have some people down here that have some pretty good star quality, and most of them, Frosure is kind of a 30-year-old, so I would think about calling him up with those skills. But most of these are people in their early 20s that potentially could have pretty good career ahead of them once you do call them up. That's also going to obviously be your developmental. And you do have the Supreme Wrestling University training facility. It was formed in 96. It's at 75%, 38% for the facilities. So right now you're going to expect to get 4 graduates each year. And then here are the following styles that this facility is going to, this school will put out the following styles. Some certain things you want to keep an eye on would be your contract situation as the SWF. And that's because some of your people are going to be having their contract up within the first year. Some of the potential big names are people like Des Davids and Scythe, Spencer Spade, Hollywood Brett Starr, and then Rocky Golden here is your biggest name. He has 360 days left on his contract, and I guarantee you USPW will go after Rocky Golden, probably Hollywood Brett Starr, probably Spencer Spade, and definitely Scythe and Des Davids. All those guys are going to be courted by the USPW. So the SWF, you're going to have to try to sign these guys again, get them under contract again, if you want to keep those types of players, people, and workers. Rocky Golden's your champion, so that's who they kind of built the whole company around right now. So you definitely want to try to get him under contract as soon as possible. You do have a lot of money in the bank, 22 million, so it should be pretty easy to get him under contract unless he's just wanting to leave. So that's something that you're going to have to really consider, because you've built the whole company around Rocky Golden. He's your figurehead. That would be a huge loss if you lose your champion, your figurehead, to your rival. So there's plenty of storyline with the SWF. There's the whole 50th anniversary of the company. You're trying to stave off losing more ground in the fight against USPW and trying to keep your stars from leaving your company and going to your rivals. So plenty of stuff here to do, plenty of storylines. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Leave me some tips and tricks on booking the SWF. What do you guys do? How do you handle things? I know that the game is kind of new, but people hopefully will find these videos and they may be wanting to book the SWF, and your comment might help them in some way. Maybe some workers that you sign occasionally as the SWF that would really fit their product and help push them further along, maybe retake that #1 spot in the world. So this has the potential to be a fun save. It's kind of like the WWE, WWF of our real world comparison, except where the WWE is the #1 promotion and everybody else is trying to, nip at their heels. The SWF has kind of had some issues that has kept them kind of not from being that worldwide juggernaut that's become the USPW. So still pretty fun federation to even consider booking. They have pretty good mix of workers that are really good and interesting, and I feel there's a lot of storyline potential in a lot of these guys. So this would be a save I think would be pretty fun. But let me know what you guys think. I'm Last Son. This has been Journey Through the Seaverse. Keep playing, guys. Stay awesome. And I'll see you in our next video.